today's event, which is CloudVerse, Road to Azure and Virtualization. In this event, we are four speakers and who will go through every single part most possibly on Cloud, Azure, and Virtualization. So I am giving a short introduction on all those speakers. First of all, my name is Kaiser Ahmed, and I'm a beta student ambassador from Department of ICT, BUP. Then our next speaker is Anjum Rashid Vijay Bhaiya, which is also a beta student ambassador from Department of CSC, JU. Then our next speaker is Mohammad Asifuzzaman, beta student ambassador, Microsoft, Department of ICT and BUP. Then our final speaker, Mohammad Sharia Bulbul Bhaiya, chairperson IEEE BUP student bunch and Department of ICT. And I'm going to the next slide, which will cover our event agenda. So here you can see, we'll go through every part of cloud computing, virtual machine, virtualization technology, and finally, we'll have a career talk on cloud computing, and then we'll have interactive question answer session, and then event conclusion. So I am going to my part, which is Microsoft Azure, a bird's eye view. So here is a short, this is a detail, obviously. A speaker introduction about me, and as you can see, my interest, the field that I truly adore, and my social media link if you would like to connect with me. So I'm going to the topics. So the topic I will discuss is demonstrated on the screen. You can take a snapshot if you want. And I am going to the first part, a step towards cloud computing. So the first question comes is, what is cloud computing? Why should I abandon my PC, a desktop or laptop and go for cloud computing? Well, it's quite simple. If you want to compute using your desktop or laptop, you need to use that. You need to carry that, or you need to have a physical device on your home or office or whatever. But for cloud computing, you only need a browser and internet. That's all. So what's the benefit of our cloud computing? For a physical computer, you need hard disks, RAM. So you need to buy that, because if you have 8 gigabytes of RAM, then there are many softwares which doesn't support 8 gigabytes of RAM. They need much more gigabytes of RAM, suppose 16 GB, 32 GB. But if you have 8 gigabytes of RAM, then you face a difficulty because you can't run those apps on your computer. So cloud computing is giving you the best solution in this regard. So you don't have to worry about the processor, you don't have to worry about the storage. Every single thing is managed by your cloud provider service. So what services cloud computing or cloud computing service provider is offering to us? They offer servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence. So it's the full package. Every single thing is included here. So that's all about the short explanation on cloud computing. Then I'm going to the next topic, the Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft calls the cloud providing service Microsoft Azure. There are many more cloud providing service. So one of the famous or renowned ones is AWS. And so as we are covering Microsoft Azure and how you can use Microsoft Azure for us BUP students using our EduMail. So we'll stick to the Microsoft Azure part. Okay, so Azure literally means that bright blue color of the cloudless sky. So Microsoft really adored the word. Then the next topic, why should you use cloud computing? What are the benefits of cloud computing? The first part is cost effective. You pay what you consume. You pay what you consume. That's the feature cloud computing service provider is giving to us. Suppose you have, example, the Netflix account. Whether you watch Netflix or not, you have to pay. But here in cloud computing, you pay only for those services that you actually use. You pay only for those hours that you actually use. If you don't use, you don't have to pay. Easy, right? And the next thing is global. It's launch workloads anywhere in the world. You can launch it anywhere in the world. Just choose a region, whether you choose whether you want to choose Bangladesh, America, Africa, every country or every region you want. Then the next feature is secure. Cloud provider takes care of physical security. Cloud services can buy secure by default, or you have the ability to configure access down to granular level. Okay. So it's a high secure platform, and you don't have to care about the security at all, because the service provider will go through all security settings and configurations for you, or you can manually set that up if you want. Then the next thing is reliable. Why it's called a reliable service? Because the data backup, disaster recovery, data replication, and fault tolerance, everything will be managed by your cloud service provider. So you don't have to worry at all. Yes. Then the next feature is scalable. You can increase or decrease resources and services based on a demand. Suppose you have an e-commerce website, and you totally set up your website for what I can say, 1,000 visitors. So the load is minimum actually, but you have a promotional offer. So you are seeing that around 5,000 or 10,000 people are rushing into your website. So you need to scale up your whole website. So cloud computing is giving you that feature. You can increase the whole resources that you want for to handle the extra visitors, and when the offer will be gone, then you can scale down as per as you need. The next topic comes the elasticity. Automate scaling during spikes and drop in demand. As I said, is related to the scalability. So this is a quite a noticeable feature of cloud computing. Then the thing is current. The underlying hardware and managed software is patched, upgraded, and replaced by the cloud provider without any interruption to you. If you have a computer, suppose, so you're having a RAM issue or hard disk issue or processor issue, then you need to replace that, and after replacing, you can use that. So, but for cloud computing, you don't have to worry at all. You have this issue on somewhere, then the cloud service provider will change you within a Ziffy in no time. Then I'm going to the next slide, which is the types of cloud computing. As you can see, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, weird stuff, right? So IaaS actually means infrastructure as a service, and these are for customers. Yes, we are the casual customers. So in IaaS, so you can work on storage, network, operating systems. You can you can actually say the normal or basic computing stuff you can do with the IaaS kind of cloud computing. Then the next thing is PaaS, which is for developers, and it means platform as a service. So if you are a developer, you want to deploy a website or software or anything like that for development and testing and managing, then you can use this type of cloud computing. And the next type is software as a service. And the software as a service is not for us common people. This type of service is for admins, and they launch the infrastructure or handle any maintenance like software upgrades or security patching. So these are higher level work. So these are the basic three types of cloud computing. Next slide. So this is the most important part, and you can say the base part of the types of the cloud computing. So what are the differences? As you can see here, in traditional IT, there are several parts like applications, data runtimes, middleware, to networking. So in IaaS, okay, I can try to explain from the right side. So as a software as a service, and this is for customers, as I said earlier. So you don't have to manage anything at all. As you can see, the light blue section contains that you need to manage, and the dark blue contains the vendor manage. So every single part that you are seeing and in software as a service, you don't have to manage anything at all. Your cloud service provider will manage everything for you. But for platform as a service, which is for developers, you will have to manage the application part and the data part, and the rest of the part will be managed by your cloud service provider. And for the infrastructure as a service, which is basically for the admins, they have to manage application section, data, runtime, middleware, and operating system, and the rest for the part your cloud service provider will manage. So based on the thing or based on the demand you need, you can choose whatever kind of cloud service you need or you want. So the next part is Azure deployment models. As you can see, there are three types of deployment models. First one is public cloud, second one is private cloud, and the third one is, well, the combination of public and private cloud, the hybrid cloud. So what is the public cloud basically? Public cloud means the cloud service provider manage everything for you. And in public cloud, lots of people can access that cloud, and as they can access services and manage account using a web browser. So this is for actually for all. You can buy or you can deploy your things on public cloud by going through a website or by browser actually. So the next classification or next deployment model is the private cloud. Private means you know that no one can access except you. Yes, that's kind of like that. So everything built in your company's data center or you can build in your home. This is a maintained private network, and this is also now known as on-premise because this is for you and for the people that you choose, for the selected ones. This is not public or for everyone. And the hybrid cloud. Based on your demand, you can select the hybrid cloud deployment models, which is combination of public and private clouds that I said earlier. And this allows data and application to be shared between the public and private cloud. Okay. Then I'm going to the next part, containers. So the basic parts are I have already covered, and now what I can say. It may be exciting or it may be crucial. So let's take an example. Suppose you have a box and you have lots of things like softwares, websites that you want to deploy for your consumers or customers so that they can use as per as their services. So if you have a computer, I can say the operating system. If you have an operating system, then operating system, what I can say. Okay, let's take an example as computer. If you have a computer, you have a computer and you have Microsoft 365 on there. So first of all, you turn on the computer, then the operating system loads up, and after operating system, you go through all the login procedures. Then the login actually happens, and then you click on the Microsoft 365, and the Microsoft 365 deploys. So it's actually a huge time. But with containers, you can minimize the time in an extreme level. So if you have a container, you have Microsoft 365 on it, you just need to click on that container and Microsoft 365 will deploy for you. So you don't have to worry about whether you are using Microsoft Azure or any other cloud service provider like AWS. You can switch from Azure to AWS or AWS to Azure with a container that contains your Microsoft 365 or any other services. You don't have to worry about the platform that you are choosing. Only you need to ship the container. So that's the feature that cloud computing provides for us. Then the next part, you can see the benefits of container-based services. You can deploy anywhere and you can deploy any kind of app with any kind of language. The other thing is serverless computing. So you don't have to care about server at all. So you don't have to care about any infrastructure management, dynamic scalability, and you can get faster response and most efficient use of resources. Why this is called serverless computing? Because server actually exists from the service provider's end, but from your end, you can't see that, or you won't feel like there is actually a server. So that's the gist of cloud computing. So here is the before question answer session, I want to show you how you can, so the students from BUP, you can access Microsoft Azure using our EduMail. So let's dive into that part. Okay. So you'll have to go to portal.azure.com. Okay. The link is too big, so I am copying it from here. Okay. If you want, you can take a snapshot from it, and we'll also give you all the links that we will use in this event using email. Okay. Let's go to the part. Okay. So I'm signing on in. This is the link, azure.microsoft.com/enus free/students. We'll give you the link through email, so don't worry about that at all. Then, okay, so I'm logging in using one of my friends' EduMail account because I have activated my Azure, so I can demonstrate that using my EduMail. So I'm using one of my friends' EduMail, and my friend's name is Mariam. Okay. So here we are going to activate now. Please wait a little bit. My internet connectivity is bad here. And it's loading. Okay. So we are in Bangladesh and we are selecting Bangladesh here. Okay. Then we are entering mobile number. Okay. Then it will give me an OTP code, verification code. Okay, the verification code is here. So I'm entering that. Okay. Now let's verify the code. It's processing. Okay. Email address for, okay, we can stick to the email. Done. Oh, no. Okay. Sign up. This field is recorded. Okay. No problem at all. Please provide invalid. Okay. Yes, we are happy. So the account is getting setting up, and Azure is redirecting us, and as is it's loading. Okay, we can stick to the 10. Send it. Done. So finally, you are in Azure. So let's go to home, and there you go. So this is a live demonstration of how to access Microsoft Azure using our BUP EduMail. And if you go to the subscription, here you can see Bangladesh University Professional, Azure for Students, and Account Admin. So yeah, that's the all part. So here, that's all.